Welcome to Key Biscayne Stories, where neighbors meet neighbors. Today we have Isabel Custer and Maite Garrido Thornton. Did I say that right?
You did.
Awesome. They are the founders of the Key Biscayne Film Festival that's happening next year in February, so we're excited to learn about all the details. We also have our co-host.
Hi, I'm Matilda. I'm a sophomore in Mass Academy, and I'm super excited to be here again.
So how did it all start?
So, good question. It was an idea that took off running very quickly. So I reached out to Isabel concerning another project she was working on that interested me, and we had never met, and we got together. And in talking about that particular project, I mentioned, a while back I had thought about starting a film festival, and she's a film background, and she loved the idea, and we just took off running from there, and it's happening.
It's amazing, actually. In less than a year from the moment where we're sitting in a cafe being like, we really have to do this. And I'm like, yeah, we really have to do this. We actually have it going, and it's ready for next February. It's taken 9 months to come to fruition, which is amazing. And what's really wonderful is that we have the village of Key Biscayne really behind this project, because what we didn't know was that a lot of other people also really wanted to see this happen. So people wanted for years to have their own festival, and we didn't know, and we just started putting it together, and then we realized that we had a lot of support, which is great.
And it also, the village has been wanting to grow their arts and cultural program. So it's good timing, and I think the community's excited about it. So are we, and it's coming together. So we're looking forward to it.
So what is the why of the festival?
The why of the festival is really to serve the community. And we thought of the demographics. We thought of all the varieties of ages and all the backgrounds and all the languages on the Key. And we thought, okay, what can we give them? And then from that why of the different kinds of content we wanted to show, we thought, what if we narrowed the content down to something really relevant? And so we had this idea of islands and oceans. We thought all the films should be related to either island cultures around the world or oceans. So we mix a fiction and documentary in terms of content.
So I was actually reading you have a link there where I came across the link that you sent me on to learn more about the film festival. There was a submission part for people to submit stuff, and there were different categories. Can we dive into that? Can you share the submission aspect of it?
Well, we have two main competitive categories, which would be islands and oceans feature films, so anything over 60 minutes. And although it doesn't sound short, the short category is islands and oceans under 60 minutes, which usually it's considered either 45 minutes and under. But let's just say under a television hour is basically a short film. And then the third category is Spotlight on Youth, where we'd like to invite anyone under 21 to submit a film that's under 5 minutes with really any format, but specifically focused on island cultures and oceans.
So if, for example, my friends or I want to submit it, what do we get? All that hard work, do we get anything from it?
There is a prize for the best local filmmaker. It's a $1,000 prize.
Oh.
And it's given by the Miami Film Lab. It's not an easy prize to get, right? Because you have to do something that's content worthy and that shows some kind of technical expertise.
To expand on the islands and oceans for the youth, to give them some sort of ideas. It could be anything as, video of going, kneeboarding on a weekend. Anything related to water, anything related, doing fill-a-bag cleanups as community service. It could be, you could think outside of the box. It doesn't necessarily have to be environmentally related. It could be something you do as a sport, or it could be,
Exactly.
So I think that gets youth a little bit more excited about it when you start thinking about it that way as well. And your question is very relevant, because all my children ask the same thing. And what do we get? What's the prize? Yeah. Yes, which is funny. And the other category that we have, aside from these that are focused on islands and oceans, we have one that we're really excited about as well, which is Spotlight on Key Biscayne. And Key Biscayne in general has many residents that have been extremely successful in this industry, either come out or been involved in blockbuster films. And we are hoping that they will be involved with this and meet for Q&As. We're going to have panels as well, not only showing the films, but have these sort of big names in the industry that are residents of Key Biscayne, join in and be available to talk to the community, which is an amazing experience.
Okay. So I'm thinking about asking about the review process. Since we're talking about submission, is there anything else?
Judgy?
We're talking about submissions. Huh?
What about that? Like, how do
Well, you have judges that are,
Like,
yes.
like,
Yeah,
who
the
judges
Well,
it?
okay, no, but that's a very good question, because how do you win? It's a wonderful, wonderful question, because I remember in the Phil Lord, so I'm part of this thing called the Miami Film Lab, which is a nonprofit that helps local filmmakers get their films made. And we do a lot of series where we get mentors and youths and people with accomplished careers to talk to people in conferences and stuff like that. And it's all this how are we going to survive as filmmakers in Miami, which isn't a filmmaking hub, because the tax incentive for film died in 2014.
Yeah.
So Phil Lord, who's half Cuban and grew up in Miami, went to Ransom, blah, blah, blah. He was talking about his experience writing his first feature film with his Christopher Miller. And he said to Amy Pascal, who's a very famous executive at MGM Sony, she said, they gave her the first script, and she was furious because she was like, a film isn't about a story. It's about a relationship. And what are we talking about here? We're talking about emotion. So if your film, it can be very beautiful, but if there's no emotion, it's a hard sell. So whatever the story is, it should have that. Do you see
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But
It's not about a boy. It's about a boy with a relationship to a dolphin, his best friend, his mom, whatever, But it has to be a relationship, ideally, right? If you want to have an emotional hook.
there is a jury that picks the winners.
Every film festival has a jury
Jury.
of
Exactly.
people who are from the industry that judge each piece.
Ah.
So first they get selected, and then after the selection process, they pick a winner. So those that are selected are the ones that are screened.
Screened.
How many are screened? Like, is it first, second, third place, or is it only first place?
Right. So there's, for each category, you have an award.
Yes,
Yeah. And then the $1,000
is a separate.
It's a separate award for, out of all categories, the best
Yeah.
local film.
So what are the details of the event?
Okay, so the event will take place February 2nd and 3rd. We kick it off February 2nd, Friday night at Paradise Park across from the community center. And then Saturday all day, we'll be having programming at the community center upstairs with panels in between. So we'll have guests that were involved in the process that are available for Q&As or presentations, mixed in with the programming that we have scheduled with the features and the shorts. And then Saturday night, we have the closing ceremony at the Ritz-Carlton, where we give out the awards, and we will also show a short. And we have really good submissions that we've been getting in, so the programming, we're excited about that too.
So you've already gotten submissions?
Yes, yes.
Really? How many?
So because it's islands and oceans, we thought it would be really fun to showcase all of the work that we're getting ocean by ocean.
Oh, really? So we
there's
can see it?
Oh my gosh, we hope you see everything.
Oh,
We hope you sit in the community center all Saturday watching all the films, and they'll be organized as such. Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Southern Ocean. Yeah.
Wow.
So for example, we have films from Hawaii, West Papua New Guinea. We have one from Easter Island. And then obviously on the Atlantic side, we have things from and about the Caribbean, and then one from Canary Islands.
So it's
And one about the Mediterranean. But it's interesting.
Yeah.
There's even one film that we're chasing down called Oceans Are the Real Continents. And it's an Italian filmmaker that shot a film in Cuba, which I think is very beautiful in black and white.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're very excited. I think it's going to be a fantastic addition to this community, and we're hoping to have a great turnout. So also, Give Miami Day, we're going to be involved in that. November 16th, I think, is the day. So you'll be hearing from the film festival as well. Come out and support in any way possible. And if anybody's interested in reaching out to either of us for, to get involved somehow, we are available and welcome to talk to anyone. So
And like, where do we contact you?
Okay, so we have our website has a lot of the information. You can find it there.
It's kbfilmfestival.org. Very simple. And there's a button on that page. If you click that button, it will send you to filmfreeway.com/KB Film Festival, because that's where you do the submissions. So if you want really like the specific rules and regulations of what films and what categories and where to submit, that's where you're going to go. But the easiest thing is just to go to kbfilmfestival.org, find the Film Freeway button, click the button, and off you go.
And there's also there, you will also find sponsorship opportunity if anybody's interested in helping us out that way. We have a direct link through the kbfilmfestival.org website as well. So
Nothing happens on its own. We're here thanks to the Key Biscayne Community Foundation, who is our fiscal umbrella. We're here thanks to all the other partners that want to help us by either donating food or their help or their time or their space or anything like that. It does take a village to make a cultural event like this. Maite and I happen to be the faces and the voices of this thing, but it's a lot of people that come together, including our committee.
Yes.
There are 8 other people that are with us that help find sponsors, find artists, find famous people, find movies, everything that we need to make this a success.
yes, absolutely. It's a complete joint effort that we're doing here, and I think it's going to be fabulous, and we're really excited about it, and we hope that this becomes a tradition that we continue further along the line, and years to come it grows and becomes something that really sustains and leaves its mark. So we're excited.
And I think that's also because we want to raise awareness with the festival, because the reason we chose Islands and Oceans is because it's fragile to live on an island, right? You're much more aware of how you are vulnerable to the elements and to climate change and to rising oceans and all that. So the more that we can showcase films on that subject, I think that we're providing a service that way, right?
Tell me about the pricing.
Yes, so tickets will be available soon. They start for the entire event, including February 2nd, February 3rd, the opening ceremony, closing ceremony, and that's running at $180 a ticket, and that will include...
It's a festival pass.
That's a festival pass. And then you could also get a single pass for Friday's event or a single pass for just Saturday showings, and those will have different price ranges as well, and that can all be found on our website, kbfilmfestival.org. So those will be available soon, and spread the word. Let's make this great.
Awesome. Well, I know that we're running out of time, so thank you, Isabel and Maite, for coming on the show and telling us all about the Key Biscayne Film Festival. We're excited, so thank you again.
Thank
Thank you for having us.